everyone to your morning yoga flow. So I'm Amanda at First Class Fitness and I'm going to be taking you through your 15-minute yoga flow. Hopefully you feel re-energized and you maybe woke up tired, quite sluggish, and this routine is just going to set you up for the day. So fingers crossed you enjoy it and just give it your all. So we're going to start with rooting our feet into the ground. So I want you to dig through the heels and the balls of the feet, lifting up your toes, and just try and find your balance here for a second. As you do this, I just want you to gently place your toes down. Start to tense up the backs of the legs and the bum, and pull your lower abdominals in tight as we allow the chest to lift, and already feeling your posture starting to get better, lengthening through the abdominals. So I want you to open the palms of your hands out. I'm going to start to open through the chest, and I just want you to look up and then close your eyes. So I'm going to take this moment. You might find yourself a little bit wobbly, but I just want you to try and centre yourself. You're grounding through the heels, the balls of the feet, rooting your feet into the ground as if you're a tree, and those roots are pulling you down deeper and deeper. Squeezing the thighs and the bum a little bit tighter, lifting the heart a little bit higher, and reaching those fingertips down to the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and down. Nice big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, we're also going to exhale through the nose. Take a few breaths on your own and just clear your mind. All the thoughts that you have, all the plans you have for today, they can wait. Just take a few nice big positive inhales, and then exhale any negativity you don't want, and just take this time for you. And then just starting to bring your attention back. Hopefully we should feel a little calmer, ready to start your yoga practice. We're just slowly going to open the eyes. So hope we're feeling good. We're going to start off with a gentle warm-up, and then I'm going to take you into some traditional sun salutations. So what we're going to do to begin with is bring the hands together, just palms of the hands together. Inhale, we're reaching our hands up, just stretching out the chest, reaching the thumbs down towards the back, and then as you exhale, we're bending the knees and then sweeping the fingers off the floor if you can manage it, and lifting the pinkies up towards the ceiling. Repeat this again, so palms of the hands together, reaching the thumbs back. Now if you've not got too much of a mobile back, just hold this here, okay, and then exhale as we forward fold. And if you really feel you can open up the chest and the abdominals on the inhale, we take that into a small back bend, so looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale on the way down. Remember, you might start off stiff to begin with, but the more we do this daily, our practice will start to increase the range of motion. Our muscles will get used to this. Every rep that we do, that's also going to increase. So we're never trying to force in any of the postures. You're never trying to push deeper and deeper and deeper. You just take it till, it feels good. Exhale on the way down. Okay, so just a few of these. The next time we go down, we are going to leave our fingertips at the edge of the mat, bending and stretching the legs. So now we're drawing our attention to the hamstrings, the glutes and the lower back. Again, if you can't reach the floor just yet, just simply place your hands on your knees, that's absolutely fine. Okay, or you might want to put your hands on your shins, or if you can get them to the floor. Although you're watching the video, I would encourage you maybe to bring the video down low to the floor so you're not getting your neck by looking up high, or just stop watching and stare at your big toes, lifting the tailbone higher, really starting to encourage those hamstrings, the fascia in between those muscles, just to break up and feel free. From here, we're going to bend our knees, step back with our right foot, then our left foot, holding a full plank. Now stay in your full plank. If this is too much, drop to your knees, ground through your fingertips, the heel of your hands, and the ball of your foot. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the bum, pulling the abdominals in tight. So what we're trying to do here is trying to generate a lot of heat inside your body. If you do the lips closed and inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And as you continue to listen to my instructions, you keep breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out for 4 counts throughout the whole practice if you can manage that. Lower to the knees now, drop your chest towards the floor, and we're going to start to wake up these muscles in the back, the erector spinae. So point your toes, bring the hands to the side of the ears, inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Now you might only make it an inch off the floor, that's fine. That depends on how strong the muscles in your back are and how flexible you are through the abdominals. But don't cheat yourself. If you can get right up, then take it right up. Inhale, exhale. The same, I would be staring at the floor, neck in line with the spine, and it's only the muscles in the back that are lifting me up here. Placing your hands to the floor, we're now going to take this into an upward dog, so maybe your upward dog is here, and then we're going to lie back down. Maybe you can push a little bit higher, and then taking it down. Everything should feel nice, remember? Okay, so I'm never pushing it up high and back and lifting my hips off the floor here. Hips stay on the floor, and then lower the body down. I'm going to hold this just so that I can talk you through the posture. You can keep going in and out of it if you wish, or you can hold it with me. Once I get to this high point, I'm encouraging the hips to drop down to the floor, clawing into the mat, pulling myself forward. So I'm pushing my heart and my ribs forward, pulling the shoulders back, elbows forcing down to the ground and looking forward. If you are up high, you could look up, but I wouldn't encourage you to look up if you were here. Okay, so there's no point in looking up there if your body's only managing to get this much off the floor. And then you can lie back down. Straight back to child pose. And we're still moving forward and backwards here. Let's start to heat up the triceps, start to build up a little bit of strength and tone in the morning. Even when we're moving in and out of all these postures, it's amazing. The legs, the abdominals, the back, the shoulders, the chest, everything is working, okay? Squeezing the elbows in nice and close. Start to prepare yourself for the day. The next time we go back to child pose, I want you to hold it there, curl your toes under, and we're moving from downward dog to child pose. Now you'll notice that my ears are in line with my hands. So I'm not going to look forward towards my hands, and I'm also not going to push my head through. Okay, so it's not where my neck alignment should be. I'm going to keep my ears in line with my arms the whole time. You might hear my shoulders the first couple of times, and that wee pop release. Alright, but as you start to heat up, all those clicky noises are going to disappear. Holding it up in your downward dog, pressing the heels down right and left, as if you're going for a walk. If it gets too much at any time on your wrists, then you can also drop to your elbows, palms up. Okay, but you will start to get used to this the more you practice it. So hold your downward dog, bending your knees, step through with one foot. If you can't get through, grab your leg, step it through, and then back to the top of the mat into a small forward fold. Inhale, taking your hands up overhead. Exhale, palms together. So already you should be feeling amazing. Breathing up, heart rate up, and just feel everything's loosened off. Stepping back to the top of the mat, we're going through a traditional sun salutation now. So we're going to inhale on the way back. Exhale, forward fold, nose towards the knees if you can. Inhale, rise to your fingertips. Bend the knees, step back with one foot then the other. And then lower your body to the floor, drop to your knees if you need. Inhale, upward dog. Curl the toes under, exhale, downward dog. And then hold. You didn't have to go as fast as that. If you could manage that speed, then perfect. But I'll be holding the downward dog, so if it takes you a little bit longer to get here, that's absolutely fine. Modify it, drop to your knees if you need to as well. Bending the knees, stepping or jumping through, and then into a forward fold. Inhale, taking your hands all the way up. Exhale. One more time. Step into the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale on your forward fold. Nose to the knees. Inhale, rise to your fingertips. Bend your knees, step or jump back. Lower your body to the floor. Inhale, upward dog. Pointing the toes, curl the toes under. Exhale, downward dog and hold. Focus on your downward dog on not leaning forward, putting all the pressure into your shoulders. I want you to force into the ground, push away from your hands, although your ears are in line with your arms. You encourage your rib cage to go towards your thighs, your tailbone lifts higher, and then your heels root into the ground. That doesn't mean your heels have to be touching, but that's your end goal, is to reach for the heels to be touching. Bending the knees, step or jump through. Forward fold, nose to the knees. Inhale, taking your hands all the way up. And exhale. Now, we're only going through a few postures today, so just a short 15-minute routine to help you just very quickly start off your day. So we're standing at the top of the mat, and our first one is a forward fold, or Uttanasana is the traditional name. So I want you to stand with a soft bend in your knees, hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the chest and the ribs. And as you forward fold, I want you to try and get your rib cage moving as far down your thighs as possible. Once you can manage that and you're already feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, hook on to your big toes. Alright, so your fingers should go through your big toe and your middle toe, and then you want to try and get your thumb and your fingers to place together. If not, anywhere, you can hold your calf muscles, the side of the floor, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so from here, inhale, lift the chest and the ribs up, tipping forward, so look forward. Exhale, try and get your ribs toward your thighs, bending your elbows, and then stay here. Inhale, chest and ribs rise up. Exhale, forward fold and hold. Eventually, so if you get your rib cage down in your thighs, you're trying to get your head toward your knees, and then even if your legs are bent, that's still fine. You would be aiming to lift your bum higher and higher. Try and avoid walking out your knees at any time. I'm looking for a soft bend in your knees, and encourage yourself to tip forward rather than falling back. Don't get frightened when you go down. So if you get to here, and that's your forward fold, just keep holding this as I talk you through this. The longer we stay here, these muscles are going to start to stretch, they're going to unwind. If you're super flexible, you might need a harder stretch than this one. So we could bring it to the floor and it'll go a little bit deeper. If you're really tight, then we just gradually, day by day, start to encourage yourself down. Okay. When you're ready, just look towards the floor, bending the knees, slowly bring your hands to your hips, looking forward, and then slowly coming up. Rooting into the feet again, squeezing the thighs and bum, and just bring the hands together. Focus on a spot that's not moving, because everyone as you come out of that will have that whooshy head, that dizzy feeling. Don't be frightened of that, okay? We were down there for a while. If you've got high blood pressure and you don't want to, you just don't like that feeling, you do feel too dizzy, you might pass out, then do not release your head. A little tip for it is maybe just here, okay? So if you're feeling the stretch in the hamstrings and that's enough for you, just leave it there. But crown of the head facing forward above the heart is always better for you. If you have no health problems and you feel fine, that would be crown of the head down below the heart, okay? So you know your body, you do what suits you. Bringing your feet together here. In fact, feet hip distance apart, sorry. We're going into Virabhadastra 1 or Warrior 1. So I want you to step back with your right leg, and we're just going to hold a lunge with a straight leg and the front leg bent. So I want you to root into that left heel and the left ball of the foot. And I deliberately want you to try and lift your toes up and try and balance here. If not, place your toes down, but that extra challenge, you can maybe lift your toes. Your left knee should be in line with your left ankle. Bring your hands to your hips and feel that you're not tipping over to the side. So I want those hips level. So low, we're going to be focusing on opening up the hip flexors here. We're strengthening the thighs, the bum, the calf muscle in the back, but our focus is to open these hips up. Okay, so pull your lower abdominals in. So as I said, you're rooting through the front heel and ball of the foot. Okay, aim if you can to get your hip in line with your knee, lifting the back heel up as if you're just about to sprint forward. So I don't want you sinking, I want you strong in this posture. Reaching your hands forward, looking towards your thumbs, or you could look towards the floor again with ears in line with your arms. Now hold it, and you should still be managing. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. Now maybe once you've done this video a few times, and you know the routine, you could maybe watch me, but put it on mute, so that you're not having to listen to the instructions. Maybe put some nice relaxing music on and just work on yourself and your breath. But with me guiding you through it, just gives you that little check-in to see if your technique is good. Maybe take your mind off the pain that should be burning up through your thigh and your bum just now, but nice positive breath in. Strong posture, strong mind. Set yourself up for the day ahead. No quitting, no giving in. The only thing we would stop for is knee pain, maybe any injuries, never push through any niggles, but we do want this burning sensation in the leg. And now we can step forward, but bending your knees into chair, separate the hands, reaching the hands forward, tailbone back, pulling the lower abdominals in. This is great for strengthening muscles down the side of your spine, as we're still strengthening these legs here. Step back with the left foot. If you can keep your hands here, keep them here. If you tense up and be strong, you're less likely to wobble here. If you're relaxed and loose, slouching, we're probably going to fall. So root into the ground, reach forward, positive inhale, positive. Just keep saying it in your head, I can do this, I can balance, I am strong, I'm ready for the day ahead. Let that burning sensation build up. Let your breathing become deeper and try and slow your heart rate down. From here back into chair. Feet hip distance apart, letting the tailbone fall back, reaching forward. And then slowly forward fold, extend the legs, bending the knees again, roll through the shoulders, slow motion coming up, curling through the spine, starting to look forward, roll on the shoulders and feel amazing that you just managed to hold that posture. Now from here, we're going into Trikonasana, so we're stepping our feet wide. The heels are in line with each other, so I've got my right foot turned out to the side, my left foot facing forward, bring the hands onto the hips. This is a great one for stretching the adductors, the hamstrings, and the chest and the shoulders. So when we do this one, I don't want you to think about taking your hand behind you, okay? I want you to keep your hand in line with your shoulder, and it's your ribs that twist to move your hands, right? So let's bring our hands to our hips first. Right foot turned out to the side, left foot facing forward, right hip tips down, left hip tips up. Take a soft bend in this knee to protect the joints, and slowly bring your hand to just underneath your knee, but don't push on it. From here, could you look forward and open up through the chest and the shoulders? Extend the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Don't take your hand behind you, just take it in line with your shoulder. And then every few seconds, start to drag your hand down, slide your hand down your leg, till possibly you could hook onto your big toe. And your end goal would be to stretch out the neck, look towards that left thumb. Now make sure you're not rounding your spine or slouching. I want you to push your chest and your heart back. Think about your right rib tilting under and your left rib pulling back. And keep that left hip forward. You'll probably have a couple of topples the first time you do this, so do not panic. Bending into that right knee, bringing yourself all the way back up. Step to the front of your mat. Let's repeat on the other side. Don't hold it for too long, you can hold these for longer if you wish. Step back with your right foot, left foot is turned forward, right foot is facing the side, hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the chest and the ribs, right hip up, left hip down, soft bend in the knee and hold just underneath the knee. Right shoulder pulls back, right hand extends up, inhale and exhale as you start to slide. Now if you get halfway and you get stuck, we just stay here and then we do inhale and exhale. You only move forward whenever you feel there's a nice pause and your muscles relax. So as I inhale, I prepare, every exhale, that's when I maybe slide a little bit deeper. Right rib back, left rib under, and hands just in line with the shoulder. And breathe, enjoy. Don't reach for the end goal if you're already finding the easy option hard. Bend in the left knee, and then slowly bring yourself back up. Now you're going to take yourself down to the floor, whatever way you find easiest here. We're going to come to all fours, so I'm just simply going to step back and kneel down, placing my hands onto the ground. So into a box position. This is a lovely spinal twist, which is great just to free you off just before we start that day. My hair, sorry. So what we're going to do is point the toes. This is really good for starting to stretch out the ankles. And then from here, I'm going to take the right hand and I'm going to sweep it under, right ear to the floor. And then I use the left hand to push and bring myself back up. I do the same left hand under and then push the right hand to bring myself back up. Okay, now we exhale as we go under. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, go under. Inhale, come up. Exhale, now stay down there until you've completed your exhale. Inhale on the way up. So everyone will be going different speeds depending on your breath. Don't go the same speed as me. You go with the breath. So we inhale on the way up and we exhale on the way down. Encouraging the right rib to come under here, left rib coming up. And then when I take the left hand under, I think about the left rib coming under and right rib twisting towards the ceiling. And just give me one more, you should be really starting to feel that lovely spinal twist. If it was too much, you could just go down here and hold, right? So it's lovely to stay in these postures and hold, and just breathe, and then start to let the muscle fibers unwind, or you could just repeat the motion. It's lovely to do with your eyes closed as well, so once you master it, you could possibly close your eyes. Now we're going into our final posture, so we're going to take our time bringing ourselves to lie down on our back. We're going to bend our knees just feet hip distance apart, and finishing off with a lovely back bend. So I want you to root your feet into the ground. Now a back bend is, so if you're used to some strength and glute exercises, we have an exercise called a hip thrust where we look for everything to be in line. A back bend is much higher and open through the stomach and the chest. So I'll talk you through that as we go, and then we can just finish with a wee minute relaxation, and then you can unwind in your own time and then start off your day. So we're going to bring our heels close to our bum and palms on the floor. From here, I want you to tuck your triceps under, stick your chest out, so already begin to arch your back. Place the hands down. If that's enough of a back bend for you, continue to stay there. As you progress, I want you to dig the heels into the ground, and so you root the feet in and you'll see the hips are starting to lift up. Your
you're starting to stretch out the front of the thighs, opening through the hips. This is now where you need to squeeze the backs of your legs, squeeze your bum and lift the legs higher. Lift the hips higher, sorry. Now I want you to, when I hip thrust, we would engage the abdominals. Here I want you to relax them. I want you to stick your stomach out, make yourself look like you've got a big stomach, and bring your chest to touch your chin. So I want you moving up and back. So we're grounding through the heels. If it feels too easy, you could move the feet closer and grab onto your feet and tuck your backs of your arms under. If you need to lie down and readjust, then readjust. From here, pushing the feet harder into the ground, squeezing the bum, and breathe. Close your eyes if you wish. And that's you now done your lovely back bend for today. From here, release the hands, palms up towards the ceiling. Slowly lift the heels off the ground and lower. You can slide your triceps out of the way, one vertebrae at a time. And then extend the legs out wide, pointing your toes, palms up towards the ceiling, and just lie and be proud of yourself. Close your eyes. You managed it through your first morning sequence. Look forward to doing it tomorrow. You set yourself up for the day. You should feel amazing. And just include this or many more sequences into a daily routine. And now I'm just going to leave you just to take a few breaths on your own. And then you can take your time at the end, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Don't just jump up at the end. Take your time and start to plan your day ahead. Namaste, everybody.